Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome to Froggy Stocks. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only, not a financial advisor. Taco motherfucking Tuesday. Can't wait to go get some delicious tacos later. AMC down 5.71% on the day, but still up over the long run, as you can see here. Since we started pushing direct registration education in May, we've went from 970 consistently up to a high of 2723 or 2730. Cooling back off. RSI came back down on the long term, and it looks like we're going back through another consolidation phase, which is actually good. Don't be upset that we're down 5% today. Keep your eye on the price. Everybody knows the APE dividend, the APE Preferred Stock dividend is coming out August 22nd. For every one share of AMC you owe, you will get one share of APE. It is a super big deal. It's a preferred stock. And so far, there is no options chain involvement, which is really good for everybody, because we've seen these other plays where these options chains aren't involved, and a lot of suppression and a lot of corruption is taken off the play. I highly recommend everybody go to AMC Investor Relations and look at the comparison between the common stock and the preferred. We're getting a really good deal here with this preferred stock, in that we are getting a voting right per share, which is awesome. One voting right per share, and it is convertible on a vote, a shareholder majority vote. It's absolutely beautiful. The stock, everything looks good. They did this the proper way. I'm super excited about it. And I also highly recommend you go and read the actual AMC Entertainment Holdings announces the special dividend preferred equity units paper. Please read the white paper. The more people sit down and take 5 minutes and go, I'm going to actually read this and understand it, the less we have to recirculate old information and education in the future, and the less FUD that can be produced. There are currently 516,820,595 shares of AMC issued out into the open market legally. So that is how many APE dividend preferred shares are going to go out. You should get them in your brokerage. A lot of brokerages are already saying it's going to be closed position only, CPO, like Webull. You'll only be able to sell your APE stock on Webull. You will not be able to buy any. The reason they do that, and this is a specific reason, and especially with APE, is because all the shorts who are shorting AMC now have to go out and buy APE, because they have to deliver the dividend of the stock they're shorting. So for every share of AMC they're short, they got to go get a share of APE to deliver the dividend, because now those have to be matched up. That's why they want closed position only. They want you to open up on August 22nd and sell your APE immediately, because when you do, short positions are going to be able to go buy it, facilitate their requirements for their short position, and therefore not close their shorts out. This could cause a lot of people to close their short positions in the upcoming months. So me personally, I'm holding mine. I actually like the preferred stock almost better than the common stock, because it's not traded on the options chain. There's a lot of suppression and corruption potential taken away. Now with this, I want to say something very important. Right now, I don't recommend DRSing your shares to ComputerShare now, because it does take 7 days. You don't want to get caught in transfer. But after August 22nd, I would tell everyone to DRS your AMC shares. 100% absolutely DRS your AMC shares. And let me explain why. Right now, we have the APE dividend, which is, in terms, according to Adam Aaron, form of a share count that's going to be coming up. But it's more of a reconciled share count, because it's one AMC stock to one APE stock, right? So those have to be matched up. For every one share you own, you're supposed to get an APE stock. So as soon as a retail investor, no matter what country they're in, says, hey, I didn't get my share of APE and I've had AMC stock for 12 months, that is a huge red flag. And people need to report that as much as they possibly can. It is so important to report that to AMC Investor Relations, complain to your broker, and register all the information, log all the information, take screenshots, notes, record the phone calls, all of that. So reconciled share count's super important. Adam Aaron said himself, it looks like we'll be able to identify how many shares are out in the market. He tweeted everything you need to know about what's going on. You need to read these tweets, all of them. They're so very important. It's straight from the CEO himself. 516.82 million preferred equity units will trade on the New York Stock Exchange with the symbol APE. You heard that right, preferred equity units. Even a signed letter. If you guys haven't read this yet and you don't understand it, you are failing as an investor. I'm sorry to say that. You might not like it, but I don't care. The importance of the responsibility individuals reading the documentation and understanding it right now is huge. So with this, we have the APE dividend being issued via computer share. Again, computer share. No, it's not owned by Citadel. It's literally its own entity that facilitates stock transfer. It's a transfer agent, which it's the official AMC transfer agent, which you can see right on their homepage there. Transfer agent, computer share with the phone number. So they're legitimate. It is being facilitated through computer share. So computer share is going to have a record of every unit issued. The importance of APE in the very beginning and not selling it, I can't stress enough. This is where some FUD came about yesterday, mainly because I think people don't understand what's really going on. If everybody sells, say half the population sell their APE immediately the day it's issued, that puts 250 million shares of APE out into the open market that short sellers can gobble up and start using to fulfill their requirements and then trade and fulfill a requirement and trade and on and off and rehypothecation and circular all over again, just like they do with AMC. But where we can beat all of that is if people hodl their APE and then go and direct register their AMC shares. Every AMC share that is direct registered with computer share is one share that cannot be shorted out onto the open market. It's taken away from the DTC and put in book name with AMC, cannot be manipulated. And I will tell you this, look at the daily chart. Since we started pushing AMC computer share direct registration, we went from 970 all the way up to 27 on a very healthy looking uptrend. It speaks for itself. Can I tell you how many people have done it? No, but I can tell you that I've had thousands of people in my DMs writing to me going, yes, I did DRS XXX shares or 10,000 shares or 50 shares or 500. And I will give you a good solid estimate on that. I think over 500,000 shares of AMC have been direct registered. So just from our little push, continue the education, tell your friends, keep it moving. It's all very important. I don't know what else to say if you have not read these papers yet, other than I think you're lacking. You should really put the effort in, not just for me, because it's important for you to understand what's going on. I think it's insanely good that we had positive EBITDA. I think it's great that Adam Aaron tweeted all this stuff out, made it perfectly well known what's going on, and then even talked about in some of his tweets that this is actually a share count, a proper share count. Candidly, I've seen no evidence of so-called fake or synthetic shares exist. He's seen no evidence. Evidence means it is a block of information that can be used legally in court that falls under the proper rules and regulations of the court and the laws that pertain to it. Right now, a regular share count wouldn't do that, but this could, and direct registration also could. This could because it's a one-to-one, and if we see shares of APE trading out on the open market the day of or the day after, and there's none available to trade, then we have a problem. Either way, direct registration of AMC shares is imperative after this is issued. This preferred equity dividend goes only to company-issued shares, so it will have an impact of a share count or unique dividend many of you have sought. Company-issued shares. There is a way to identify what shares are out in the market, okay? These company-issued shares are probably more than likely already DRS'd. I'm wondering. I know for sure that we had over 40,000 people DRS previously in the last annual. It's more than likely over 100,000 now. So I'm guessing there is a large chunk of shares direct registered that Adam Aaron knows this is going to go to. So when all these brokers and market makers start calling and saying, we need shares, or all the shares are issued, and these brokers and market makers are getting complaints about people not getting their dividend, that's when the big firestorm is going to arise. Everybody's going to be screaming at the top of their lungs, and the DTC is going to look like fools, and the NYSE is going to look like fools, and all the banks and short sellers are going to look like fools. Very important. Number one, this is my recommendation. It's not financial advice. This is what I'm doing. HODL your APE for the first at least couple weeks. Give it time to stew, because We saw what happened with the GME dividend and the overseas brokers where they couldn't facilitate the dividend. Really big problem. I think you're going to see American brokers not be able to facilitate the dividend, but we have to have time to get it recorded properly, and we have to have time to get it reported to AMC properly, get the legal representation that we need to make this work. And also, like I said, go ahead and buy shares from ComputerShare now, most definitely, probably up until Friday. But I would not transfer your shares from Fidelity to ComputerShare for the next whatever until after the 22nd, so you don't get caught in transfer. But for the next week, feel free to buy more shares from ComputerShare. When you do buy directly, they do go DRS. I just got some more today. After August 22nd and the dividend is issued, I highly recommend to the entire community, if we want this to end, this ends here and now, we need to direct register the float. It's the simplest, smoothest brain process that we could do. It's the biggest gun in the arsenal. It is the most single important thing that could be done by AMC shareholders is direct registration of the entire float, and we have a legal right to do it. We're completely legally righted to do it. Adam Aaron can't legally talk about it, even though in a way he did by issuing this dividend through ComputerShare. I'm telling you guys, once every single share, or not even that, let's just say 70 or 80% of AMC outstanding is registered, the game's over. That means there's no shares out in the market to borrow it alone except from institutions, and we can bust them right there. That's how easy it is. And either way, even if we never get the entire float direct registered, every single AMC share that is direct registered cannot be lent out and it cannot be shorted. That's why the price is going up. We're taking shares away from them and not allowing them to short them anymore. And in my personal opinion, in theory, my theory is every share direct registered is taking 3 synthetics off the market. They need that base share to create the synthetic from. Anyways, that's all I had for the APE dividend stuff. I think it's really important to understand that people are out there telling you to sell your APE right off the bat because they A, don't understand it, or B, they're being paid to tell you to do this. It's absolutely crazy. The APE dividend is already locked up. If we own 80% of the float and institutions own the rest, then all the dividends are going to get sent out. And BlackRock and Susquehanna and Citadel are going to be drooling at the bit, trying to get you to sell so they can buy up all the APE to facilitate their short position so they can keep them open. If they can't, they're going to get recalled. The people lending the shares that didn't get their dividend are going to recall their shares. Shorts are going to be forced to close because they want the APE share. They want the APE preferred stock because you get a voting right with it and you get the potential for conversion later on. Very important, guys. Congratulations to everybody. Please don't forget the path behind us. 7 months ago, we didn't have shit. We didn't have good box office numbers. We didn't have good concession sales. We didn't have the dividend. We didn't have Highcroft Mine. We are rocking, people. We are stronger than we've ever been. So to hear people talk about, I'm not buying anymore, or I'm selling now, you were buying at 60 with no catalyst, but you won't buy at 20 with 20 catalyst. And we still have the credit card and the popcorn to come out in retail grocery stores. And I think somebody told me the other day, it might have been Swing Trader Mars, Delta's credit card program brought in over $7 billion last year. Adam Aaron was the one who basically founded the reward point system for whatever hotel or whatever cruise line he was managing in the past. He knows what he's doing with this credit card. And I'm telling you, I got a feeling it's going to bring in $1 to $2 billion annually. Not to mention that, he already said 2023, we're looking at another $1 billion in revenue just in the movie part of the business alone. This is absolutely crazy. I'm not selling a single effing share of my APE. I'll continue to buy more AMC through direct registration, and I'll continue to try to build APE position up if I can get shares in the open market. Anyways, man, you guys keep rocking. Don't forget where we came from, but look forward to the future. Can't wait to see what comes the rest of the week, and I can't wait for August 22nd. That's the dividend day. Man, I hope everybody gets their dividend. If you don't get your dividend, I will be hosting a space call, or I'm sure Terrible 808 or Swing Trader, somebody will be hosting a space call live so we can record people saying, I did not get my dividend live. So there's no covering it up. We'll take it straight to the bank. And this is why me and PJS was talking class action lawsuits against brokers 2 months ago, and everybody wanted to talk shit and twist our words. Once again, we were right. Also, don't forget, class action lawsuit from AMC is being settled on September 18th. That is another catalyst in the book. A little bit of restriction lifted off the company. You guys have a great week.